Innovation Singularity. How to harness the power of diversity for innovation. Diversity is a hot topic these days. Recently it was discussed by world leaders in the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. But what is diversity really? Diversity is not just what you see on the surface. So it's not just what you see on the surface. It's not aspects like age, gender, ethnicity, and physical abilities or disabilities. It's more than that. It's also on a deeper level what you don't see, what's beneath the surface. Aspects such as your intelligence. Are you not just quantitative intelligence, but also emotional intelligence, as well as aspects such as personality, introversion versus extroversion. Are you more planned versus more spontaneous? As well as your expertise. What kind of background do you have? Is it in biology or finance or economics and so forth? As well as your values. What drives you? What's your motivation? Are you more economic profit driven, or are you more sustainability and values driven? But even when you have these two elements of diversity, it's still not enough. Because I believe all of you have experienced places where in a room full of diversity, but there is some sort of self-segregation. This slide is perfect, flipped or not. So as you can see in the picture, there are lots of colors, there's lots of diversity. But because it's human nature to be surrounded by people that are like-minded, that look like you, it's easy to self-segregate yourself. Hence, you limit the power of diversity and the colors to mix and combine and create something new when there's self-segregation. And this phenomena extends beyond rooms. It goes even to cities and countries. This is the map of one of the most multicultural and diverse cities in the world, London. And as you can see, the population density of people from Bangladesh, and you can see how narrow it's focused on. So this is not ideal. You could also think of individuals as relatively stable atoms or molecules hovering around in space, but not really creating new and more interesting molecules. Like in this picture, you have hydrogen and oxygen, but they're stable, they're happy as they are. Unless there's an external force that acts upon it, the X factor, or the catalyst. So what is a catalyst? A catalyst is something that speeds up a chemical reaction by perhaps increasing the temperature or the pressure and makes the chemicals or atoms or molecules react with each other. Or in more human terms, it's a person that precipitates an event, that causes change in events to happen. So there are two elements of a catalyst that are important for diversity and innovation. Firstly, it's the environment. If you're in a corporate setting, it's aspects such as corporate culture. Is diversity and inclusion something that's valued? Is it something that's talked about? As well as the competence of the leadership. Are they interculturally competent? Do they understand the cultural nuances when people are communicating and when they're forming teams and understanding communication? It's also the physical environment. Are you able to interact with people and solve problems collectively? Combine your ideas and talk freely, or it's easy to segregate yourself and work effectively as well. And the second important element of it is you. You could be the catalyst that causes diversity to happen. By firstly just being proactive, by approaching people that are different to you, not just on the surface, but also on a deeper level. And what's more is that you should be open and be a bridge between your culture and your diversity with other people, because one of the things why people segregate is because there's uncertainty. They don't know what the other person thinks, feels. So just being open about your religion, your country, your nationality, and be an ambassador in some sense to open the curtain and make everything visible. Talk about politics, religion, all the stuff people tell you not to talk about, and make it transparent. So in the end, in order to have explosive innovation and have effective diversity, you need the surface level, but you also need the deep level, and all of it comes together when you have a catalyst, an environment where all of this can truly take place. Like in nature, when there's a presence of a catalyst, hydrogen and oxygen can combine to create water, and water is what allowed life to exist in the first place. Thank you.